If you have dry and textured skin, this is for you. I have created a long-lasting, cool-toned, soft glam makeup look that subtly enhances my features and pairs beautifully with oxidized jewelry. So let's begin. I will be doing my makeup a bit differently than usual. After cleansing my face, I will straight up groom my brows. Here, I'm combing through my brow hairs with a spoolie. Using Nykaa Wow My Brow eyebrow palette, mixing dark brown and grey-black shade, lightly feathering in the product to fill in the sparse area of my brow, and spoolie through it to diffuse the product and make it look a bit softer. I'm doing my brows before putting any skincare products on my face, as this will allow brow products to apply way better and last longer. Moving on to skincare, I will be moisturizing my skin with simple Restorative Rich Cream. This cream melts into my skin and provides deep nourishment without any greasy residual feel. For lips, I will be using LANEIGE Lip Glowy Balm in the variant Gummy Bear. It nourishes and relieves my dry, crusty lips, gives glossy finish, and smells heavenly. For primer, I will be using LANEIGE Glowy Makeup Serum. The serum absorbs quickly, amplifies my skin's hydration, and has a slightly sticky feel to it that helps to prolong makeup. It also ensures my skin stays hydrated the entire time I wear makeup. Then, I will be using Back Pore Primer to fill in my pores and smoothen out the texture on my face. Using Bobbi Brown Color Corrector in the shade Peach, I will color correct areas of my face with discoloration, such as under my eyes, my chin, upper lip, and dark spots. This will help neutralize my skin tone and prevent my makeup from looking grey over the period of time. The best way to work with this product is to warm it up with fingers and pat it on the skin for a seamless blend. For foundation, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade 11.2. First of all, using a flat concealer brush, I will apply foundation to carve out my brows for a polished look. Since it's a full coverage matte formula, I like to mix it with my moisturizer. This prevents dryness and shear it out, giving me a natural and skin-like finish. Speaking of skin-like finish, I tried blending it in with my fingers, but it didn't work with this formula. I could clearly see unblended patches, which I tried blending it with the beauty sponge, and it gave even more patches. Then I tried buffing those unblended patches with a small buffing brush, and finally it gave a flawless finish. Because it's a self-setting formula and has less playtime, the brush works the best. I will strategically place the foundation where more coverage is needed. This way my makeup won't look cakey. Even though I have dry skin, I prefer matte foundation since it blurs texture, resists sweat, and feels feather-like. The key is proper skin prep so it doesn't emphasize texture. I have worn it in humid weather and it stayed put without feeling heavy. It's time to add definition to my face, and I'm using Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Medium. It is a cool tone shade that is perfect for contour. This product is true to its name. The formula is supremely creamy and glides like butter and blends effortlessly, giving a soft definition. I'm applying this with the brush on the perimeters of the face, cheekbones, and nose, and then buffing with the same brush I blended my foundation. This will give a seamless blend. For blush, I'm using Henna Lush Rouge in the shade Cica. It's a pretty pink liquid blush and comes with a doe foot applicator. It's easy to apply, blends effortlessly, and lasts all day. I have even tested it on bare skin from morning till evening. For concealer, I'm using L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade 317 Almond. I'm going to apply this under my eyes and bridge of my nose. Since it is one shade lighter than my skin tone, it serves the purpose of concealing and highlighting. It is full coverage concealer with neutral undertone. Applying concealer after cream blush creates more blended and natural finish by softening harsh lines between the blush and the concealer. After applying all the cream products, I will dab my face with wet sponge. This will remove excess products that tends to settle on textured skin and fine lines. This will make powder glide on evenly. To set my face, I am using 2 shades of K-Beauty HD Setting Loose Powder. Here I am taking the shade Banana on the puff to set my under eyes, and I will add a little extra loose powder to bake. Meanwhile, I will set my face with the shade Latte. Using fluffy blending brush, rather than dusting the powder off my face, I'm blending the powder into the skin. I'm going to apply the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder in the shade Tawny on my cheeks, since that's where I have the most texture. The compact has very light coverage and blurs my textured skin, giving a soft focus effect. I'm going to bronze my face with Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze. This shade adds a hint of warmth to my face. Using fluffy blending brush, I will be applying this on the perimeters of my face. Then for contour, I'm using LA Girl Matte Bronzer in the shade Lost in Paradise. It has a neutral undertone, so it's perfect for contouring my cheekbones, forehead and nose. I will place the contour powder first, then blend it with the fluffy brush. Applying bronzer before contour may seem little extra, but layering warm tone bronzer with a cool tone contour followed by blush creates a seamless transition and prevents the contour looking like a single dark distinct strip. For blush, I'm using K-Beauty Matte Blush in the shade Mild Berry. This is a nude mauve shade having a neutral undertone. This is decently pigmented blush, have buildable formula. Using a fluffy brush, I'm going to place this blush at high points of my cheeks. Then I'm going to take my powder puff, which I have used earlier with my loose powder with no extra product on it, and lightly dab my face. This will help tone down any excess product and create a seamlessly blended look. To lock my base makeup, I will spritz my face with Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray and dab it with Beauty Sponge. This will not only set my makeup but also eliminate any powdery look and gives skin-like finish. This setting spray gives a dewy finish and prevents dryness that occurs after wearing makeup for long hours. Moving on to eye makeup, I'm going to prime my eyelids with P. Louis Eye Primer in the shade 03 Rumor. This primer not only primes but also neutralizes the pigmentation on my eyelids. I'm going to use a flat concealer brush to apply this primer and set it with the K-Beauty Loose Powder in the shade Latte. From e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Truffles, using this muted shade with an angle brush, I will create a less than symbol in the outer V of the eye by stamping the color beneath the waterline, taking it all the way up to the outer corner, extending my lower lash line. This is the rough layout for now. Mixing dark brown and taupe shade, I am going to intensify this liner. Then with an even smaller angle brush, I will further intensify it using a black and a dark brown shade. Using a flat blending brush, I'm going to softly diffuse the muted taupe shade on my crease, inner corner and outer corner of my eyelids, leaving the center of the lid empty. Using tapered small blending brush, I'm going to blend LA Gold Matte Bronzer in the shade Lost in Paradise under the muted taupe shade. This will create a smooth transition of colors. I'm taking the beige highlighter from the Flower Beauty highlighter palette and placing it in the center of the eyelids. This highlighter has a very fine shimmer particles and is very blinding. However, applied with a dense flat brush, it gives a natural sheen. With tapered small blending brush, I'm blending the edges of the center highlighter so it fades smoothly into the darker shade on the inner and the outer corners. With the angled brush, I'm going to mix the black and the dark brown shade and stamp it closer to the lash line. As a finishing touch, I will sharpen the edges of the eyeliner by taking a little loose powder on a flat brush. With a smaller angled brush, I'm going to draw an inverted triangle in the inner corner of my eyes. This will further help to add definition to my eyes. With the LA Gold Glide Gel Liner in the shade Very Black, I'm going to apply it in the half of my waterline and my tight line. I'm going to amp up this look a little bit using Etude House Liquid Glitter in the shade PK002 by dabbing it at the center of my eyes. Finishing this look by curling my lashes and applying Maybelline Sky High Mascara for length and volume in the upper and the lower lash line. For setting my brows, I'm using Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara in the shade Browny Brows. It has fibers in it that provides volume and holds my brows for a very long time. For highlighter, I will be mixing gold and pink shade from the Flower Beauty highlighter palette and I'm applying it on cheekbones and nose. I'm going to line my lips with K-Beauty lip liner in the shade Fame. This is a cool toned brown lip liner and then going to dab Inside Cosmetic lipstick in the shade Stay Basic on the center of my lips. And this is the final look. It's sultry, it's glam, yet skin-like, and makes the oxidized jewelry pop. All the products used in this video has been linked down below. Thank you so much for spending your time on my channel, and I will see you in my next video.